everybody. Can you hear me all right? We just want to remind you that the whole point of today is a day of togetherness. There will be zero tolerance for heckling or name calling or any sort of negative attitude.
On the way back, can someone else scoot that amp a little more towards me while I back up here? Thank you. Let's see, and then you can turn up the volume knob right next to the cord that's plugged in. I am so proud of everybody that showed up to here. You could have been on the couch today, it's Sunday. I know we all do it. You could have been, I mean, it's a beautiful day. You could have been doing anything, but you're standing right here and you're committing to making unity, to making a community, to meeting your neighbor next to you and really creating safety and comfort for each other. We are all hurt. We are all scared. I'm scared. I did not expect this. I did not expect this at all when I made that event, and now it's an immediate demand. But you know what? I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for everyone up here. We all need to do this for each other. We all need to collect as one and fight for each other. Today, it's not about being anti-anything. We can all be mad and talk about all the things we hate. Or we can talk about, okay, how do we change that? Where's the dialogue about how to change what's upsetting us right now? And that's what we're here to create today. We're going to have a couple speakers. We're each going to take turns, everyone in the leadership group, we're going to take turns talking to you and telling you about what this means to us and what we want to spread to you. And then we're really going to get down there and be with you. I want to give each and every one of you a hug. We're really passionate about everything that we do here. And I think that we all need to just come together, meet each other. I want everyone to go home with at least 10 new Facebook friends, like people you know you can trust. Because look around, this is a lot of people right here. It really is, and it was even more people on Thursday night, and all of those people care about all of you. And we need to continue caring, we need to stand up for each other, and that is how we're going to create change. So again, thank you all for being here. Today is going to be a day of a love rally. It's going to be a beautiful day. You're going to create new friendships, and we are the community of unity. Thank you. Every single person loves everyone else here, and that's what makes this beautiful. There is no hate here. There is just love and acceptance.
Just something that has been mentioned, we have canned good drive, food drive, hygiene supplies right around here. Thank you everyone for donating already. And it is with great pleasure I introduce our first guest speaker, State Rep Joe Salazar.
What's up, people? Man, you guys are awesome. I was out here on Thursday night marching with everybody and just could not believe the crowd and the feeling. People kept, I was on Facebook Live and people were saying, be careful, Representative, we need you back in the Capitol. You know, Representative, make sure that you stay safe. And I was like, man, I've never felt so safe in all my life. So this morning, you know, I've been with my colleagues for the past few days, and I talked to them about it, and I said, look, you guys need to show up to this stuff. Yeah. You need to show up, and the reason why, I wasn't trying to talk now. right? I wasn't trying to dog him out. I'm going to use my parlance when I speak because I'm puro Chicano right here from Denver, all right? So, you know, like, I'm not trying to dog you guys out. The fact is that you were elected by the people. And you were elected, and some of you who are representatives and senators of color, you were elected because of protests and rallies and marches. That's what gave you the opportunity to be able to serve in our state capitol. And what they want, what the people want, is they want to know that you stand with them too. That you love them. And that you will get their back and you will provide them whatever comfort that they need in this very dire time. That we will stand together with the people and we will fight those types of policies off. Now, some people were like, yeah, but I don't really feel comfortable being amongst a big crowd like that. You know, I don't just feel comfortable being able to march down the street. And I said, do you not understand that this is communication? That this is a language. This is a language of resistance, or it's a language of love, and you need to learn to speak the language. You need to be able to walk with the people and be with them and communicate that way, because this is the original mass communication social media for human beings. But it makes a big difference when you actually have a plan in place. And let me tell you what I'm going to do. I plan on bringing a package of legislation, a package that will repudiate this Trump presidency, starting with number 1, prohibiting our local and state law enforcement from engaging in stop and frisk tactics. I like to prepare for things, right? Because I don't just like doing things off the fly. I actually put that bill in 2 months ago because I thought that there might be a possibility of a Trump presidency. And when he mentioned stop and frisk policies, I put that bill title in just in case. And now here we are today. The next thing that I've already done, and I did that this morning, is I've put in a bill to change our hate crimes statute, to make it stronger and to force local and state law enforcement to start keeping statistics on the number of hate crimes that we see. And I knew that it would have a great effect, but I didn't realize how big of an effect, the magnitude of it, until just an hour ago, before I got here. Walked across the street to the Mediterranean restaurant right there on Colfax and Grant. You guys have been there, right? You should go there. It's like amazing food. No, seriously. I wasn't paid for that promotion, by the way. But, you know, I went in and I talked to Obed, who is one of the owners. Young guy, he's a millennial. He's from Syria. And I asked him, I said, is everything okay? And he's like, oh, God, Representative Salazar. He's like, we've gotten death threats, and even customers walking in have said the rudest things to him. Like, you better keep that tip because you guys are going to be leaving. Right? On Yelp, they're getting hateful messages. And the guy just looks exasperated because he's been fighting for a long time. And he's been here since he was a kid. And he's been fighting such a long time just to try to be a small business owner and try to be a man who loves his people and loves being an American. And this is what he has to face. I got an email late last night, 11 o'clock last night, that I responded to at 6 this morning when I woke up, and I was just mortified, from a teacher in my school district who talked about how some of the students are talking to the other students, and how these students feel emboldened to speak in heinous ways to their classmates because of Donald Trump. And I responded to her and I said, I'm going to get your back, and I'm going to get those students back, and if you need me to be there to speak with them, just let me know. If you hear about it happening in the school districts, sit down with your superintendent and your boards and say, we will not tolerate this. Sit down with them and say, no, not in 2016, not in the United States of America, and not in the great state of Colorado. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why this is not acceptable. And let it be a teachable moment for these students. Yeah, we have some tough days ahead, right? But do not despair. Do not despair. Because our ancestors built us for this moment. Each and every single one of you, you were built for this moment. It's a moment of peaceful resistance leading to victory. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Next, I'd like to hand off the mic to our next guest speaker, a representative from the NAACP.
I do represent the NAACP as your state representative. However, I'm here on behalf of the Above Waters Project because we believe in justice and liberty for all. We are about love. We are about love in the state of Colorado. That's why we're here. I believe that as I am standing at this mic and being a minister, I understand what it takes to wrap my arms around you as my father wraps his arms around me, and I won't give up until we see unity completely in this freaking country. Coming from the dirty South, as they call it, we are strong people coming up through Colorado. I guess what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter how racist they are. We're not going to show racist, are we? I am so tired being a mother, being an African American here in this country, seeing everything that went on television. I pretty much had to turn the TV off because if I had not done that, I think my spirit would have changed to join in with evil, and I cannot do that. I have to be able to stand here and model what I want to model for Trump. What, and I'm not, talking about anti-Trump. What I want to model for him what love looks like. The Above Waters Project, we fight for dignity and justice for all, specifically those that are in mass incarceration, those that have a felony number such as myself. We will win this battle. For those that cannot find housing, for those that are sleeping out here on the streets, when you see me in every different arena, it's about love, it's about let's fix this, forget what your issues are. The fact people cannot be homeless like this, it is amazing. Look at this park. It looks like a freaking hotel. I love each and every person that is out here. I will hug you. It don't matter where you come from or where you're going. But hopefully in the next movement, we're going somewhere. We need to look back in order to go forward. We need to understand that people's lives matters. I was at church listening to someone else preach, which is great. He's a good pastor. But my mind kept flipping back to the scripture that says, much is given, much is required. Everybody that's in here, much is given, much is required. I believe in my heart that what we're giving right now is our time to say enough is enough. We are standing here to say that we want to have true freedom. If you want to be trans, that's what you want to be. That's okay with me. I love you anyway. I love this sign right here, Make America Gay Again. I love each and every one of you. And I just want you to understand that that Capitol over there is an important spot. Everybody that's here, when that session opens, if you got an agenda, you need to be in mass numbers important to us. Slavery did not pass. And I am hurt with that, but that's okay. Because you know what? We can get over that next time. Next time, it will come out. We cannot continue to have this type of stuff in our Constitution and say that we love each other. Because you committed a crime and you failed, it doesn't mean we don't love you. Come on, Colorado. We should love them and take them back in and give them jobs that they need so that they can be on their feet, so that they can live. Again, I'm Tammy, Reverend Tammy Garrett-Williams with the Above Waters Project. We are here for each and every one, black, brown, red, tribe, it doesn't matter. We are here for you. Reach out to these organizations that are here trying to support grassroots movement, because that's how we get things changed here. We look at these corporations, these big buildings. They ain't thinking about us. But we are going to think about them. We're going to love on them anyway. But at the same time, just make sure you look and support your grassroots movements that's going on around here, because that's what's going to help make the change. Thank you and God bless you.
Well, hello Colorado. I gather that many of you are here today because as of Tuesday, you may have felt afraid or alone. But I want you to look around right now. Do you feel alone right now? No! That's right. It's like I've always said, you're never alone at a protest. There are a lot of people who are going to tell you that your fear is unwarranted. And we're here to remind you that it's okay if it takes more than a few days to sweep 17 months of divisive language and dangerous rhetoric under the rug. A lot of people are also going to tell you that you don't have a clear goal or you have no message. They are wrong. We are here today because we think we should see the Electoral College abolished. We want to see automatic voter registration put in place nationwide. And we want to see campaign reform from top to bottom. In the media, and I think we should make election days national holidays. One important thing we have to remind ourselves is that you cannot beat hate with more hate. You can only beat hate with love. That means you have to love each other no matter what you look like, where you come from, what language you speak, who you love, how you identify, and even how you vote. We have to make more of an effort to understand each other. Today we are also here because the organizers of this event want to hear from you. We want to hear your opinions. We want to hear what you think we should do with this movement and how to properly move forward. My name is Teddy Marker. I love you all, and there's not a damn thing you can do to change that.
My name is Tezcatli. I am coming to you as a member of the Native American, LGBTQ, and as a mother, obviously. And I just wanted to come and I'll thank Denver and all of the voters across Colorado for keeping Colorado a trailblazing state, for setting an example continuously for the rest of the nation as we move forward. I have to say that I truly believe that moving forward we can take all of this that's happening now and use it to help mold the future. It's causing an uprising and it's motivating. It's getting people off of their behinds. And I want to thank everybody that is here for that. despite the election results, I need people to know that the Trump voting population is actually the minority.
Yeah! Good point!
The amount of people that voted for Hillary Clinton, you combine those with third-party votes, you combine those with people that wrote in Bernie Sanders, and those collectively make the majority. And if you take the number of people that voted for Trump and hold it up against a national population, you have a minority smaller still. And we're just not a community and a country made up of racists and bigots. We're just not. Absolutely not. What we have to take ahead, this new administration, is actually a blip in time. We've come a long way since the civil rights movement, and I don't think that that can be done in 4 years. I'm not saying that we sit pretty for the next 4 years. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to take this embarrassing national decision and turn it into a structure for creating change moving forward. So we need to stay engaged, 100%. Between now and the midterms, and then again in another 4 years, we have to stay involved. I'm begging that people actually get involved and research their local policies and research their local representatives so that they can get the most important paychecks, which are our rights. And I would like to see this body of people combat the insinuation that we're throwing a tantrum and that we're not going to do anything productive with our feelings and our anger and our fear. There are a lot of people calling us anti-white because we didn't vote for Trump, and I just really want to combat that. I mean, just look around, right? We're all multiple colors and backgrounds, and I really want to have everybody come together and fight that notion, because for some of us, our white allies are our spouses, are our children, are in many cases our mentors, Bernie Sanders. And we must remain peaceful, and we must remain engaged, and we must remain humble. Thank you.
All right. Who's ever been through a struggle? Raise your hand. But, you know, what I'm getting at is nobody's perfect. You know, we've all made mistakes. And we live in a country where we preach forgiveness, yet we don't show it. You know, we hold our mistakes against each other, or we look at our flaws and we try to point our fingers when we all have it. Instead of pointing fingers and pointing blame, you know, let's love each other. Let's point some love at each other. You know, if there's an area where we flaw, you know, where we're flawed, I'm sorry, let me say, help us improve in that area. You know, I think that's what it's all about. I think that's what this whole movement is all about. It's not to make anybody look bad, because I think there's enough of that goes on already. You know, it's about improving ourselves so we can look better. Is that what we're all about? Who's here to better something? Yeah! So by a show of hands, who thinks that we need a change in politics? Who thinks that we need a change in healthcare? Who thinks that we need a change in education? Well, I think this is the way we need to vote from now on. Show of hands. All right. I'm glad that everybody's here. I hope that you all continue to support us in our movement. You know, we are growing, we are learning what we are, who we are. But I can tell you one thing. I came out here struggling a month ago. But you people, you awesome, beautiful people, have taken me from the streets to where I am right now. And that is all I can tell every single one of these people here. It's that kind of spirit that makes me call this place home. It's that kind of spirit that makes me want to be a part of this community. And it's that kind of spirit that makes me want this community to stay united and to spread that throughout the rest of the nation.
I have never spoken in front of a crowd bigger than my English class. Before I start my very well, quote-unquote, rehearsed speech, I just want to say I want every single one of you leaving today feeling loved. I want you to leave feeling a sense of community, and I want you to know that we are all here with a common goal, right? We are all here to make change and make equality a reality, not just a dream. So I want each and every one of you, thank you, I want each and every one of you to leave today and spread this message, spread this community, because we can't get anywhere and our voices won't be heard if we're just yelling. Humble to have a platform to speak to you. And I want to reiterate that we want to hear from you too. I am so happy to be with this community of people that want change and want love in our communities and want love in our state and in our country and in our world. By the way, my name is Bailey. Hi. And I truly, truly believe that we can make a difference as a community. And I think you all think that too, but it's really nice to know that you have thousands of people that think the same thing. I myself have experienced violence as a woman. I have not, however, experienced violence or hatred because of my race, because of my gender expression, or because of my religion. I am standing here today with those who have. We need to build friendships. In a time that we feel scared, we need to build communities. We must remember to protect our neighbors. That's all of you. That's all of us. We are a safe place for all of you. Now, some people are saying that we're complaining and throwing a tantrum, and that what we're doing here today won't really make a difference. We cannot be discouraged by fear. We can do this. We're all scared, and we're all unsure. But this many people, I'm not feeling so unsure, and I'm not feeling so scared. I'm feeling loved and protected, and I have a lot of hope for what we're doing here today, and what we'll do in the next months, in the next years. We will make a difference. That we couldn't have done this without you. And this group of people right here, we came together not from an organization, not from any kind of sponsorship. We came together because we said, hey, we can do this, can't we? And we did, and we're going to keep doing it because we have all of you to back us up. Yeah. And that's why I want you to feel like you are empowered when you leave. Because you made a choice today to come here and be a part of this movement, and that is what makes it strong. That's why we're strong, is because you all made an active choice to be here and be present with us and to work towards this common goal. I want you to also know that we want you to get involved with us. We care about what you have to say. We are the same as you, we just have a microphone. So create art with us, create music with us, email us, Facebook message us. We want to know what you think will be effective in promoting change. We're listening. Please just talk. And we're here for you, and we support you in creating a safe place for you and your families and your friends to live. Thank you so much for listening to me talk.
We're all united in the fact that we need change, that we need each other, that we need love and hope and positivity in our lives, that we need to keep each other going. Because right now, there are a lot of people who feel like their rights are under attack. We need now to come together more than ever to support each other, to build our own communities that are not reliant on currently existing systems. Everybody's been reminding me and bringing up and mentioning, like, they're in disbelief, right? Everybody's saying, I can't believe this happened. I'm so shocked, I'm so dismayed, I'm so confused. How did this happen? You know, that shock itself is because we didn't understand truly to what level our system is broken. Our system is corrupt. We've seen that a candidate with zero political experience and the world's most inflammatory negative rhetoric that has been seen in more than half a century win. You know, he talks about sexual assault casually. He appoints people to his administration that believe you can electrocute the gay out of us. This is something that is really troubling for everybody. And we can now very plainly see it's all out in the open, you know? It's all out in the open. We can see how broken the system is, and we can see that there have been so many people who have been carrying around this hate in their hearts for so long. They're afraid because of the rhetoric. They're afraid, like I said, because of his choices for his administration. People like Pence that really don't speak to the human being in us. And that fear, they're proliferating, it's going throughout our country, it's infectious. And I'm not saying that everybody who voted for this man is a racist or a bigot. That's certainly not the case. A lot of people voted because they wanted to shake up the establishment. They're like, this has just been going on for so long, I want something different, I want to shake it up. And maybe they just didn't like Clinton, and that's fine too. But it is absolutely because of his rhetoric, that he was endorsed by the KKK. They did that for a reason. And they voted too. The KKK went out and voted for this man while multitudes had their votes suppressed. You know, I moved here from Wisconsin. And in Wisconsin, in this election season, he won by 27,000 votes. 300,000 people were turned away from the polls because of their stringent and manipulative voter ID laws. Even more people, they stayed at home. You know, they felt disenfranchised by a system that really hasn't been significantly updated in the last 200 years. As a result of that rhetoric, the people who have hate in their hearts, who've been carrying this around, are finally emboldened enough to express it and act on it. On election night, we saw a rash of brutal attacks against homosexual men in this country. Attacks on women have gone up. Places of worship have been burned and vandalized. People of color and people of faiths that are not Christianity are feeling as excluded and marginalized as they did in the days of Jim Crow. And for someone who looks like me, I just want to say, I love you and I'm here for you, and whatever I can do, please, I want you to know there are safe spaces to be. Our children are being infected with this hate. We've heard reports coming in that these children, they're circling around their Hispanic and Latino classmates, and they're chanting, our new president is going to kick you out. You can't live here anymore. No. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do? How are we going to meet this hate? We're going to meet their hate with love. We are going to organize our communities. We are going to stand strong together. We are going to defend our rights. We're going to protect and provide for each other. This is now, look around you, just look around you. This is your community now. This is who you will be protected by. This is who you have a duty to protect. Now let me be clear. We are going to obstruct. We are going to subvert. We are going to change the system. from within and without, and we are going to take back our government. And we're going to do it peacefully. Because our means and our ends must be equal. We will absolutely prove, from Denver as the epicenter, spreading out and out and out, that we are of a different breed here, that we do things differently here, that we can conquer the world with peace and love. People are afraid that they're going to be deported. We as a community, we're not going to let that happen. No. Not a chance in hell. We're going to get together to provide our neighbors with the resources and the shelter and the safe sanctuary they need. Regardless of what they're going through, it doesn't matter what they say, we're going to do it. We're going to look out for each other. By organizing together, by standing strong together, by reaching deep within ourselves and finding that unconditional love for our neighbors, the kind of love that Christ talked about. We will prevail. We will do this. People are afraid. They're afraid because there are these people in power, like our VP, who wants to electrocute the gay out of us. We will not give that man 1 ounce of power. We will always be peaceful. We will always be nonviolent. Because when they go low, as the saying goes, if you did vote for Donald Trump and you do not have that hate in your heart, perhaps you voted for a different reason, you still have a moral obligation to hold the people you elected accountable. That's your duty. That's our duty, is to come together and make sure that we're all being the best that we can be. As a non-violent community, we're going to rally, we're going to protest, we're going to make our voices heard. Our voices will be heard. But we will not riot. We've seen how they do this, right? We've seen how they can discredit these ideas, these conversations, these movements. So, we don't need to do that. We're going to do it better. We're going to do it right in Denver, and it's going to spread out from there. We're going to be an example. We're not here to tear down, we're here to build up. And we're here to build each other up. We can hold our politicians accountable, we can hold each other accountable. We will reform the system and we will upgrade it for this century. Now, all over I've been hearing people talk of revolution, of a major shift in the way we do things. And I'm here to tell you, to confirm for you, that that is absolutely going to happen. And the major difference between the first one and the second one is that the second one will be accomplished without bloodshed. The second time, we're going to get it right. And this experiment will continue. We will prevail. Thank you.
My name's Molly. I'm out here today because I'm sick of the polarization of America. I'm sick on focusing on what makes us different, of what divides us. I want to come together with all of you here to figure out what's uniting us. We're all human beings. We're all here out of love. Spreading hate and spreading hate rhetoric is not what we're here for. Change is built from discontent. That's the spark. The anger you felt over the election, the discontent for how you feel our government's running right now, that's why we're out here. But the only way to sustain that, the only way to push it forward, is to bring love and compassion to the table. We're not trying to continue, we don't want to give anyone a reason to say we're throwing a tantrum, we're just angry. We want to take that anger and we want to convert it to love and compassion. We want to let it propel us forward and help us create change. Our goal in coming together here is to create a community. We are out here today to say we stand with you, our neighbors. We're here for all colors, all races, all creeds, all orientations. We're here for all human beings today. We're not here to start a conversation. I think that's something that sometimes gets lost. We're not here to just talk to you. We're here to listen. After we finish our introductions, we're here, we're going to go out and we're going to talk to each other. We want you to talk to each other so we can figure out how do we create change in our neighborhood? How do we create change in our cities, our states, and more importantly, the nation? How do we do that? So that's our goal today. We're coming together to say, look at everyone around you. We're here to protect you. We love you. We're standing together to make this world a better place. So rather than making you listen to me any longer, I'm going to pass it over to the woman who started this movement here in Denver, who organized the march on Thursday that so many of you attended. That brought this organizing committee together so that we could come out and talk as a community, to build together as a community. So here's Phoenix.
Yes, peace sign with one hand, it stops the clapping. And look at the person to your left, and look at the person to your right. And know that we all love each other here. Thank you so much for coming out here. Thursday was just absolutely mind-blowing, honestly. I had no idea it would blow up like that, and I am so glad it did. It has just been non-stop since then. This is a true calling, and we are all very passionate about this. I know every single one of you are passionate about this, or you wouldn't be here. And I just want to thank you and thank everyone up here again for coming out tonight and braving this little chilly weather, but making new friends. This is a beautiful thing. Give yourselves a round of applause. I thought I'd make just a few new friends that I could feel comfortable with and feel safe with. And it turned into over 5,000 people and probably another 2,000 here today. This is living proof that beautiful things happen when you actually face your fear, when you actually face what is making you uncomfortable. So many of us are made uncomfortable by the other side, just like the other side is made uncomfortable by us. So we need to bridge that gap and actually face our fear and just bring love to everyone. This isn't about one side versus the other side. This is about all of us. This is about our nation. This is about our planet. The way that the planet is going right now, we really have to do something to change to save it. So again, I'd like to see how many of you were here on Thursday night. All right, now I want to add to that, how many of you would have showed up if you didn't have work or other obligations? So that's what's important. So think of how many people would have showed up if they hadn't had work that night. So many people messaged me apologizing. You don't need to be sorry, just come out to our next one. We're going to try to have them on weekdays, weekends, whenever we can. Like, we are here for you. You tell us when we should meet because we are here for you. We are your voice. And if you think your voice doesn't matter, I made an event and it brought 5,000 people together. And each and every one of those bodies matter. We all matter. Our crowd was filled with different races, expressed genders, orientations, religions, and cultural backgrounds. By bringing together all of the injustices we experience in America, we create a force not to be reckoned with. We remained peaceful, proud, and most importantly, united. When has there ever been a time that every single organization that fights for human, animal, planet rights can come together for one movement and work for one cause? And I know a lot of you are afraid, like what happens when there are hate crime attacks on us? What happens when the government does start seeing us as a threat? And I cannot tell you what's going to happen, but I do know that if we are all there for each other, we will be able to overcome anything that is thrown our way. This is huge. Yes. Give yourself a round of applause. My complete intent with everything that we run, and there will be other marches. We just don't want to march every single time. That's a lot of people to control. So we're going to mix it up with rallies and other types of events to bring all types of people. We want children to feel safe here. I always want to keep our people safe and peaceful, no matter what. And despite riots breaking out in other big cities, we 100% succeeded in keeping peace Thursday. Yeah. I thought for sure there would be some type of run-in with them, but they just helped us. They cleared the streets for us. We got to know how they cleared for us. Their job, right? To protect us. They protected us from traffic. Thank you, Denver cops. Seriously. There was, on Thursday night, a small group of protesters of about 100 or so who decided to block the freeway on their own after the rally had already concluded back at the Capitol. Rest assured that as soon as we heard about that, our people went there, we de-escalated it, and we brought them safely back to the Capitol. And this is the kind of community I'm talking about. If you see people so upset, so hurt, that they just want to hurt someone or something, that person needs a hug even more than they need to punch something. Yes. If we ever have someone come through here who spreads anything hateful towards us, the best thing we can do as a group is to group hug them. Make them face all the people that they're afraid of all in one embrace. You're not going anywhere. Feel our love. Group hug. That is how we fight it with peace. Yes, people are angry, but if we focus more on the feelings that cause the anger, sadness, fear, hurt, oppression, those emotions are much safer for us to be acting upon. We feel that our very safety in this country that we call home is more threatened than it's been in decades, and we just will not stand for it any longer. And I just need the media to get it right. This is not an anti-Trump movement. In fact, I would actually like to thank Trump. If he hadn't so openly mirrored the twisted values that so many of our bullies have, we wouldn't have all come here so passionately together. And this isn't about us pouting over Hillary's loss either. Because me personally, I feel that I wouldn't have properly been represented no matter which of the candidates have been elected. Trump just happened to be more of a slap in the face and an okay to increase their acts of hatred. Our movement is about our people standing up to their bullies. It's about our people having their voices actually heard. This is about our people being properly and fairly represented by our elected administration. Yes. This is about making all people know that we matter just as much as the next person, no matter our race, gender expression, orientation, or religion. We shouldn't have to fit in a white Christian norm to be fully accepted as a citizen of this country. We're supposed to be a mixing pot, so let's start being proud of that and respecting those who are actually doing the mixing. We need all organizations and groups to come together as one and lead the biggest peaceful movement our country or the world has ever seen. Yes! Many people are trying to discourage us by saying that protesting doesn't actually do anything. That a peaceful movement is for whiners who just want their way. Those are just the inklings of fear from the people of privilege who are thriving off of our misery, or worse, the people who are too afraid to do anything about it themselves. Yeah. Don't listen to them.
No!
I'm telling you, for as many love messages I've gotten just as many hate messages, and we just don't even listen to them. Don't let it sink in, okay? You are beautiful, you are full. Do not even let anyone penetrate to make you think anything else about yourself. Humanity has already proven the power of peace. We don't need war, guns, bombs, threats, hate to win justice. Those are a coward's weapon. No, we are above all of that, which is why we are the change.
Yeah!
Now is the time to come together, form committees, and truly hash out what the future looks like to include the well-being of all people, animals, and the planet. It's time to change the world.
Yeah!
America needs to become a safe haven for not only its own citizens, but any and all refugees from all around the world. So here are some questions we want you to think about tonight. What do you want to see change? Each and every individual one of you, what do you want to see change? But we can think so much bigger than that, so much bigger. And not only that, but let's show them what our America looks like.
Yes.
We actually want to come down there and meet all of you. We want to hug you. We want to hear your story. We're going to be asking you what you want to see change, and we're going to write it down. And we're going to read all of that. We're going to read each and every one of your responses, and we're going to sit down again, and we're going to deliver it to you. We are here to represent each and every one of your voices equally. Thank you.
Thank you.
Seriously, thank you. My voice would not matter if you all wouldn't listen. Just like your voice wouldn't matter if we didn't listen. I'm sick of feeling unheard. Are you?
Yes! Yes!
That is why we are here to listen. So I would like us, I'd like the children to play. We have chalk, we have crafts. We're actually going to roll down a piece of paper, and I'd like everyone to write down something positive about what their America looks like on it. I just really want this to be a time to build community, make new friends, and we need this to build. I want you to go home feeling like your soul has changed. Like, how many of you have felt like Thursday night ever before? Like, I know I haven't. That was life-changing. Like, I will not ever be the same after that. And this is another ripple of that. This can keep growing and growing and growing, but it's up to each and every one of you to not only support it, but to share it with those who are suffering also. Everyone needs to be a part of this movement. Everyone needs to know about this movement. We really need to spread this across the nation, and who knows, maybe even across the globe.
Yeah!
So thank you. Again, I'm Phoenix, and I love each and every one of you. I'm going to come down there, and I expect plenty of hugs. So let's just have a peace rally. I'm also going to introduce the committee here. Last time, on Thursday, it was stressful. It was just me. Didn't really have any friends. Now I feel like I'm super popular. So I felt really lonely on Tuesday night. But this is amazing, and I asked to just meet with other people who are really passionate about this. And we had a meeting yesterday, and it was just the perfect group. Everyone had come from different pains, different backgrounds, different sides of the spectrum, and we all had a vision to be you. We are you. and we need to lift all of us up. This isn't about me being the leader, this isn't about us being the leaders, this is about us reflecting you. We are a community for unity. We want you to feel like we are fairly representing you, which is exactly why we need to hear your voices today. So thank you again for coming here. We're going to hang out here till at least 6:30. Like I said, I want to meet with all of you. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear what needs to change. And I want you all to actually feel listened to. So thank you again for coming out here tonight, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you.